Okay, so that we kind of talk about some of these shots that we've been hitting here.
Okay.
All right, so over the course of this lesson, we've been kind of discussing how to minimize the swing, so where you're not feeling like you have to swing too hard when you're in these short situations around the green, right? So we saw it firsthand when we had to take your 56 or your 60 degree, and we took a considerably longer swing because we needed to land it a little bit closer. Our proximity to the hole was still questionable, right? It wasn't that great, maybe 6 feet, something like that. And we were talking about it, we were 50% on this one, where we hit 2 of them that were decent and 2 of them that went a long ways away.
Right.
And then now we talked about the 9-iron where we hit those bump and runs that were just from here to this hole. You were 100% to 4 feet, right? So you had a whole lot more control with this shorter putting stroke and keeping it low and on the ground versus trying to take a lot longer shot and just, I mean, there's just so many more things go wrong, right? So what we're gonna do over the course of the next little time for your practicing, I want you to really kind of hone in on thinking about that third, that 2/3, that how far are we trying to carry it? Where is our landing area? And then once we decipher where that landing area is, okay, well, how much is left that I need it to roll, right? So when we were talking here, we only had 1/3 of fringe, we had 2/3 of green, so it made it easy for us to say pitch and wedge, 9-iron, bump and run, right? But now once you figure out where your landing area is, then just focusing on that and looking at your proximity to the hole. Well, if you were hitting some of these shots and they were still coming up short when you were hitting your landing area, well, then we need less loft for it to roll more, right? But it's one of those things where if you come out and do this and practice with it, making sure feet are narrow, weight's left, and we're just trying to take this putting stroke, you should be able to do this in just about every position around the green, and that's going to make you more consistent instead of having to take out this hero swing where you have a lot more things to go wrong, right? And we did discuss, so you have a 53, so you had a pitching wedge in your bag, but then the next lofted club for chipping is a 56 degree, right? So you had 43 and 56. So we said that's quite a big gap,
right?
Especially when we're talking about around the green. So I did say I'm going to look for a 50 or 52, so that way we can maybe incorporate that and see how that ends up working out for you, because I think that gap right there, we're missing a club that would help you a lot. I mean, like I was saying, for me, my 52 is my favorite club, right? It's in between. I have a lot of trust with it because I can use it for so many shots. It's so versatile. And I think you're missing that in your bag. But between now and our next time that we meet, I want you to kind of work on just keeping it below your waist, essentially, on these bump and runs, and work on your proximity and how that works out, and let me know, essentially what you see is trend, what's been better and what's not been better, right? And then we'll kind of go from there.
But then the putting side, we kind of moved my hands.
Yes, for sure. So we'll
Club was up.
You had
flatten
that.
The club more.
You had that heel. Heel was just a little. It felt a little too mechanical when you had your arms kind of out here and that heel in the air. So you're still able to have your eyes over the ball and just let your arms relax a little bit more. And then that way it was allowing that toe it's supposed to open and close. It's a toe weighted putter, right? It's supposed to open and close. And when you were here, it felt like you were really trying hard to try to keep that face from moving. Too much for you to try to control rather than just let the arms just rock, let the shoulders just do what they do. And it's going to open, it's going to close. And you're going to notice it's going to become a little bit easier to get that feel for the swing instead of feeling so mechanical.
Gotcha.
All right. Perfect, man. Good stuff.
All right.
Always a pleasure.
Likewise.
We'll see you in a week, 2 weeks, right?
Perfect.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, man.
All right.